Hey, loving listeners. Welcome to another soul-awakening journey with your favorite channel, Mind-Blowing Motive, where words don't just speak, they ignite your soul and touch your heart. Let me ask you something before we start. Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, wow, how do they manage everything so well? Or maybe you've said to yourself, I want to change, but I don't know where to start. Well, the truth is, they didn't get there overnight. They didn't make one big decision that changed everything. Instead, they made small, almost invisible choices, tiny habits that didn't look like much at first, but over time, they created unstoppable momentum. So today, I'm giving you 12 powerful small habits that may look simple, but trust me, they are life-changing. They are the bricks that build your dream life. And the best part? You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Let's begin with one that can transform your life from the very first morning. Habit 1. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Let's keep it real. Waking up early is one of the most talked about habits in personal development. And yet, many people try it the wrong way. They set an alarm for 5 a.m. and hate every second of it. They feel groggy, grumpy, and give up in 2 days. But what if I told you, you don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. to change your life? What if all you had to do was wake up just 30 minutes earlier than usual? That's it. No pressure. No hustle. Just a small shift. Think about your regular morning. You wake up, maybe rush through brushing your teeth, breakfast, get dressed, and out the door. Your mind is already racing and stress begins before the day even starts. Now imagine this instead. You wake up 30 minutes earlier. The house is quiet. No one needs you yet. You sit by the window with a cup of tea or coffee. Maybe you stretch a little. Maybe you breathe deeply. Maybe you write down 3 things you're grateful for. No phone, no noise, just you, your thoughts, and your peace. This 30-minute habit gives you something most people never have, a calm beginning, a chance to check in with yourself before the world checks in with you. Let me tell you about Mark, a school teacher and father of 3. He was always exhausted and overwhelmed. He started waking up at 6:30 a.m. instead of 7. He used those 30 minutes to plan his day and do a 10-minute meditation. Within a month, he felt more in control of his time and emotions. One small habit, big difference. Now I want to ask you, what could you do with 30 quiet minutes? What would it feel like to own your morning instead of your morning owning you? Here's the science behind it. Your brain is in a more relaxed, creative state when you first wake up. That's when your ideas are fresh, your emotions are more stable, and you're more open to clarity. And by practicing this habit, you train your mind to be intentional, not reactive. Of course, the hard part is going to bed a little earlier, but even that can become a habit. Maybe you reduce screen time by 15 minutes. Maybe you replace TV with calming music or light reading. It's not about discipline. It's about deciding your peace is worth protecting. Don't think of it as losing sleep. Think of it as gaining life. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. Even if you wake up early 4 days a week, that's progress. You're not trying to be a morning superhero. You're simply building space in your life for clarity, calm, and courage. So tonight, try this. Set your alarm for 30 minutes earlier. Put your phone away. Tell yourself, I deserve peace in the morning, and see what happens. Because this small habit, it might be the first step to a better version of you. Habit 2. Drink water. First thing in the morning. Imagine this. You wake up. Your body feels heavy, your mind cloudy, and before you even stretch your legs, your hand reaches out for your phone. Sound familiar? But now, picture a different morning. You open your eyes, sit up slowly, and take a long, refreshing sip of water. Simple? Yes. But it's not just about water. It's about what that first decision of your day says about you. Drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning is one of the smallest, easiest, yet most powerful habits you can create. It costs nothing, takes less than 60 seconds, and yet it can transform how your mind, body, and mood function for the rest of the day. Let me explain. After 7 or 8 hours of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. That means your brain is running low on fuel. Your cells are dry. Your digestion is slow. And your energy? Nearly on empty. Now ask yourself, how often do we go straight for coffee or breakfast or our phones without giving our body the first thing it desperately needs? Pure, clean water. Studies show that drinking water right after waking up improves alertness, flushes out toxins, kickstarts metabolism, and supports mental clarity. Your skin glows, your mood lifts, and your organs start functioning like a well-oiled machine. And it's not just science, it's personal. Let me share the story of Maria, a busy nurse who worked long night shifts. She was constantly tired and bloated, thinking something was wrong with her health. But one small change, starting her mornings with 2 glasses of water, shifted everything. Within weeks, her headaches reduced, her skin looked brighter, and her energy improved. No diet, no gym, just water. Now I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you truly gave your body what it was asking for? If something this simple can bring so much change, why ignore it? This habit also builds self-trust. When you wake up and give your body water before anything else, you're telling yourself, I care about me. I choose health. I choose intention over impulse. And don't worry, this doesn't mean giving up coffee or tea. Just drink your water first. Let it be the opening act before the rest of your day begins. You'll notice how much more energy and calm you feel in just a few days. Some people keep a glass or a bottle right by their bedside so they don't forget. Others add a slice of lemon to make it refreshing. You can even make it a part of a mini ritual. Wake up, drink water, stretch for a minute, and smile at the day ahead. Here's a real-life challenge. Starting tomorrow, commit to 7 days of drinking a full glass of water within 5 minutes of waking up. That's it. No fancy equipment. Just you, your intention, and the water your body has been craving all night. Write it down. Put a sticky note on your bathroom mirror. Hydrate before anything else. Make it visible. Make it a ritual. You'll notice that this tiny act of care at the beginning of your day makes you feel more in control, more energized, and more respectful of your body. Because every time you make a healthy choice, no matter how small, you send a message to your brain. I am worth taking care of. And isn't that the kind of message we all need to start our days with? So let this small habit anchor your mornings. Before the chaos, before the rush, before the noise, let water be your first victory. Because how you start your day often shapes how you live your life. Habit 3, make your bed every morning. Let's move on to a habit that may sound ridiculously small, but trust me, it's powerful beyond belief. It's the simple act of making your bed every single morning. I know what you're thinking. Seriously? That's just a chore. But pause for a second and think about this. When you wake up and take a moment to neatly pull the sheets, fluff your pillows, and set your blanket just right, you're not just tidying up your space. You're sending a silent message to your brain: I'm in control. I care about my life. I value order. Making your bed might take only a minute or two, but the impact it has on your mindset lasts all day. This habit became famous after a powerful speech by Admiral William H. McRaven, a retired U.S. Navy SEAL. He said, "If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed." Why? Because it teaches you discipline. It gives you a sense of pride. It sets you up for one small win right at the beginning of your day. And when your day starts with success, no matter how tiny, it becomes easier to face bigger challenges. That made a huge impression on millions of people, and for good reason. Let me tell you about Kevin, a college student who was struggling with motivation. He was always late, skipping classes, letting his room fall into a mess, and feeling overwhelmed. His professor gave him one strange piece of advice: just start by making your bed every morning. Kevin laughed it off, but eventually he gave it a try. He made his bed one morning, then the next. After a week, he noticed something. His mornings were less chaotic. He started getting ready faster. He felt like he had one part of his life in control. That small change created a ripple effect. He started organizing his desk, finishing assignments on time, and even working out. All because he began with one tiny win: his bed. Here's a question for you. What's the first thing you do after waking up? Do you leave your room looking like a storm hit it? Or do you take 60 seconds to restore peace and order? What message are you sending yourself first thing in the morning? Making your bed may seem like nothing, but it's actually something. It's a ritual. It's a reset. It's a reminder that you have power over your environment. And when the world feels messy and unpredictable, that feeling of control can be a lifeline. Also, think about this. At the end of a long, hard day, when you come home feeling tired, frustrated, or defeated, isn't it nice to walk into your room and see a clean, made-up bed waiting for you? It feels like a gift from your morning self. It's comforting. It's calming. And it says, you did something right today. That moment alone is worth the effort. Now, I'm not asking you to make your bed like a hotel housekeeper. This isn't about perfection. It's about intention. Just pull the sheets, fluff the pillows, and straighten things out. Make it yours. Make it matter. Whether you're a student, a stay-at-home parent, a retired grandparent, or a busy professional, this habit fits every lifestyle. No one is too old or too young to benefit from structure and care. You might ask, how can such a small act make such a big difference? The answer is consistency. When you do something tiny but meaningful every single day, you start believing that your actions matter. And when your actions matter, your life changes. You go from drifting through your mornings to owning them. You go from feeling scattered to feeling centered. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone or rush to the kitchen, pause. Look at your bed, take a breath, make it, and feel the shift. Because sometimes, becoming a better version of yourself doesn't begin with a huge decision. It begins with a pillow, a blanket, and a choice. Habit 4. Drink a glass of water right after waking up. Hey, let's talk about something so simple, so basic, yet so often ignored: drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. Now you might roll your eyes and think, I already know this. But wait, do you actually do it every single day? Because if you're not, You're missing out on one of the easiest ways to boost your energy, wake up your brain, and tell your body, hey, I care about you. See, when we sleep for 6, 7, 8 hours, our body goes into fasting mode, no food, no drinks, nothing. We're slowly dehydrating through the night. And then what do most people do when they wake up? They reach for their phone, scroll through social media, maybe grab a cup of coffee. But water? Nope, that's an afterthought. But here's the truth. Your body is begging for it. Your brain? 75% water. Your muscles? Water. Your skin, your organs, your energy. All of it depends on hydration. Now let's pause and reflect for a moment. How do you usually feel when you wake up? Sluggish? Foggy? Unmotivated? That's not just sleepiness. That could be dehydration. One simple glass of water in the morning can improve mental clarity, jumpstart your metabolism, flush out toxins, and even elevate your mood. Yes, your mood can depend on water. Let me tell you a little story about Rachel. She was always dragging herself out of bed, grumpy and groggy. Her mornings felt like climbing a mountain. She thought she wasn't a morning person. But then a friend challenged her to drink a glass of water every day right after waking up, before coffee, before breakfast, even before brushing her teeth. At first she laughed, but she gave it a shot. Just a plain glass of water on her bedside table. After a week, she noticed something odd. She was waking up with more energy. Her headaches were less frequent, her skin looked better, and she felt lighter somehow. All from a glass of water. Does that sound too good to be true? Maybe. But it's not magic. It's science. Water rehydrates your brain, which is why you feel more alert. It helps with digestion, so you feel less bloated. And it signals to your body that the day has started, that you're ready to move, ready to live. So here's a challenge for you. Try it tomorrow morning. Set a glass of water right next to your alarm clock. Don't overthink it, just drink it. Don't wait until you're thirsty. If you wait until your body screams for water, you're already behind. Start the day ahead, not behind. And let's be honest, water is free. It's easy. It's available. You don't need a gym membership or expensive supplements. You don't need to change your schedule. All you need is a decision. One small, consistent choice to give your body what it truly needs. Ask yourself this. Why ignore something that takes less than 30 seconds and gives you hours of benefit? Why start your day on empty when you could start it full? This habit isn't just for health freaks or fitness junkies. It's for everyone, kids, teens, adults, seniors. You don't need to understand biology or chemistry. You just need to take care of yourself in the most basic way. Imagine teaching your child this habit from an early age. Imagine your parents adopting this small change and feeling better each morning. The ripple effect is huge. So go ahead. Make that tiny move. Fill a glass tonight. Place it on your nightstand. And when you wake up tomorrow, drink to your health, your energy, your clarity. A new day deserves a fresh start, and it begins with water. Habit 5. Write down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. Imagine waking up, stretching your arms, and instead of grabbing your phone and diving into stress or negativity, you pick up a pen and simply write down 3 things you're grateful for. Sounds simple, right? But don't let that simplicity fool you. This tiny habit can transform your life in a way that's almost magical. Let's talk about a habit that can shift your mindset, lift your mood, and help you see the beauty in life even on hard days. Gratitude journaling. So why does writing down 3 things you're thankful for actually matter? Our brains are wired to scan for problems. It's a survival instinct from back when we had to avoid wild animals or find food. But nowadays, that survival mindset makes us focus more on what's wrong than what's right. We wake up thinking about deadlines, bills, problems. But what if instead we trained our minds to notice the good? That's what this habit does. Writing down just 3 things you're grateful for each morning forces your brain to pause and search for joy. Maybe it's the cozy blanket you slept under. Maybe it's your child's smile. Maybe it's the fact that you're breathing, alive, and have another chance to live today better than yesterday. The moment you write those down, your brain rewires. You're not focusing on lack anymore. You're focusing on abundance. Let me tell you a story. There's a man named David. He lost his job during a tough economic time. Every morning felt heavy, filled with anxiety and shame. But one morning, instead of lying there overwhelmed, he decided to write 3 things he was still grateful for. My daughter's laughter, the sunshine coming through the window, the support of my best friend. Just 3 things. That day, something felt lighter. So he did it again the next day, and the next. A month later, he said, I didn't get my job back yet, but I got myself back. That's the power of gratitude. Now maybe you're wondering, do I have to write it down? Can't I just think about it? Of course you can. But there's something powerful about putting pen to paper. It's more intentional. It slows you down. It feels real. When you write it, you feel it. And when you feel it, your heart changes. And when your heart changes, guess what? So does your life. Try this tomorrow morning. Keep a little notebook beside your bed. Before you reach for your phone, take just 2 minutes to write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big. In fact, the smaller and more specific, the better. Like, the smell of coffee in the kitchen. My mother's phone call yesterday. That I didn't give up on myself. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you paused to notice what's already good in your life? Not what's missing, not what's broken, but what's working. This habit isn't about pretending life is perfect. It's about recognizing that even in imperfection, there's beauty. Even in pain, there's something to hold on to. And what happens over time? You become the person who walks into a room and notices the light instead of the mess. The one who lifts others up instead of bringing them down. You become more resilient, more patient, more joyful. People will wonder what your secret is, and your answer will be so simple. It's gratitude. This isn't just for adults either. Teach it to your kids. Make it a family ritual. Before breakfast, each of you share 1 thing you're grateful for. You'll be amazed how it brings people closer, makes mornings brighter, and fills your home with positivity. Remember this, gratitude doesn't change your situation. It changes you. And when you change, everything else starts to shift. So here's your invitation. Tomorrow morning before the world rushes in, pause. Take a deep breath. Grab that notebook and write your 3. Let it ground you. Let it remind you that no matter what's going wrong, something is going right. That's the quiet power of gratitude. And it starts with 3 simple words. Thank you, life. Habit 6. Walk for 20 minutes every day. Let me ask you something straight from the heart. When was the last time you stepped outside, took a walk, and just breathed? No phone, no rush, no stress, just you, the ground beneath your feet, and the air filling your lungs. This habit, walking for just 20 minutes every day, might sound too simple to change your life. But trust me, this small habit carries huge power. We often chase complicated routines to feel healthier, happier, or more balanced. But walking, it's ancient, it's natural, it's free, and it works. A 20-minute walk daily can reduce anxiety, boost your mood, improve your memory, and even help you sleep better. It's like nature's medicine, no prescription needed. Let me tell you about Lily. She was a working mom of 3, constantly overwhelmed and burned out. One day, after dropping her kids off at school, she decided to walk around the block before heading home. At first, she didn't even make it a full 10 minutes, but that simple act, just being with herself, felt freeing. So she did it again the next day, and the next. Soon it became her favorite time of the day. It wasn't just exercise, it was healing. She called it her peace walk. Walking doesn't demand a gym membership, fancy shoes, or a perfect body. It welcomes you just as you are. Rain or shine, young or old, fit or tired. You can walk through your neighborhood, in a park, down a quiet road, or even inside your home. All it asks is that you show up, step by step. Now here's something powerful. Walking also helps with thinking. Have you noticed how your thoughts feel less tangled when you're moving? Some of the world's greatest thinkers, like Charles Darwin, Steve Jobs, and even Aristotle, used walking as their thinking time. Why not you? Ask yourself, what's weighing on my heart today? What decision am I struggling with? What stress is cluttering my mind? Now take that question for a walk. Don't try to force answers. Just walk. Breathe. Let the rhythm of your steps calm your mind. You'll be surprised how many answers rise up when you simply give your brain some space. Want to take it a step further? Leave your phone behind, or keep it in your pocket and listen to something calming, a song, a podcast, or even silence. Notice the sounds around you, the birds, the wind, the crunch of leaves. Feel the sun on your face or the cool air brushing your skin. These moments bring you back to life, to now. You can also walk with a friend or family member. Make it your bonding time. Instead of sitting on the couch scrolling, go outside and walk together. Talk, laugh, connect. Relationships grow deeper when you move together. And if walking outside isn't safe or possible for you right now, walk inside. Use your hallway, march in place, walk in circles if you have to. The point isn't distance, it's motion. It's showing your body that you care enough to move it. It's telling your mind, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm doing what I can. I want to challenge you starting today. Schedule 20 minutes for yourself to walk. Make it a non-negotiable appointment, just like you'd show up for someone else. Show up for you, because your health matters. Your peace matters. You matter. We often wait for big things to feel better. A new job, a vacation, a breakthrough. But walking teaches us something deeply wise. Sometimes the breakthrough is the walk. Sometimes healing isn't in running. It's in walking forward, one step at a time. So, what do you say? Are you ready to lace up your shoes and step into a healthier, calmer, and clearer version of yourself? One walk, one day, one habit. It's all it takes to begin again. Let your feet carry you where your heart wants to go. And let this small habit remind you every day you're moving forward, even when life tries to hold you back. Habit 7. Practice deep breathing. Daily breathing is something we all do without thinking. But did you know that the way you breathe can actually change how you feel, how you think, and even how your body works? Deep breathing is one of the most powerful small habits you can develop, and it's completely free, takes just a few minutes, and can be done anytime, anywhere. Most people breathe in a shallow way, especially when they're stressed or anxious. You might notice your shoulders rising or your chest tightening when you're overwhelmed. That kind of breathing sends signals to your brain that something is wrong, which increases your stress even more. It becomes a loop. Stressful thoughts lead to shallow breaths, which lead to more stress. Now imagine breaking that loop. What if you could tell your brain to relax just by taking a slow, deep breath? That's exactly what deep breathing does. When you slow your breath and breathe deeply from your belly, you activate something called the parasympathetic nervous system. It's your body's way of saying, everything is okay, you're safe, you can relax now. In just a few minutes, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops, and your mind feels calmer. Here's a simple question. When was the last time you took a deep, full breath on purpose? Not because you were out of breath, but just to center yourself? Try this. Close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 4 seconds. Then exhale gently through your mouth for 4 seconds. Do that 3 times. You might already feel the difference. That's how fast your body can shift from stress to calm. This small habit is especially helpful before big moments, like a test, a meeting, or a tough conversation. It helps clear your mind, reduces nervousness, and improves focus. Athletes do it before games. Public speakers do it before going on stage. You can do it before starting your day or before going to bed. And it's not just about stress. Deep breathing improves your sleep, supports digestion, and even boosts your immune system. All that from a few simple breaths a day. Here's another idea. Make deep breathing part of your daily routine. Do it right after brushing your teeth, before meals, or during a break at work or school. Over time, your body will get used to relaxing more easily. It's like training your brain to stay calm, no matter what's happening around you. Small habit, big impact. So the next time life feels overwhelming, remember, you don't need to fix everything. Sometimes, all you need to do is breathe. Habit 8. Practice gratitude. Daily. Gratitude is one of those habits that sounds simple but creates a deep impact on how we feel, think, and live. When you take time each day to recognize what you're thankful for, your brain starts to focus more on what's going right instead of what's going wrong. And that small shift in focus can change your entire day, sometimes even your life. Imagine waking up and the first thought in your mind is, I'm thankful I have another day to live. That one sentence can soften your heart, slow your stress, and remind you that not everything is bad. Gratitude doesn't require anything big. It's not about having a fancy car or $1 million. It's about noticing the little things, a roof over your head, food on your plate, a warm smile from someone you love, or even the sound of birds in the morning. People who practice daily gratitude tend to be happier, healthier, and more peaceful. Studies show it improves sleep, reduces stress, and strengthens relationships. When you thank someone, they feel more connected to you. When you recognize your blessings, you're less likely to complain or compare yourself to others. One simple way to build this habit is to keep a gratitude journal. Each night before bed, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They can be tiny, a hot cup of tea, a kind word from a friend, or a quiet evening. The goal is not perfection, it's presence. Over time, your brain starts scanning your day looking for good things, and you begin to live more mindfully. You can also practice gratitude silently in your thoughts. While waiting in traffic, instead of getting annoyed, think, "I'm grateful I have a car." When it rains, instead of complaining, think, "I'm grateful the earth is getting nourished." These mental shifts can turn ordinary moments into meaningful ones. Let me ask you, when was the last time you paused to say thank you for your life, your body, or even your mistakes that taught you something valuable? Gratitude helps us grow. It reminds us that even in pain, there is purpose. Even in struggle, there's strength. Gratitude doesn't erase problems, but it gives us the strength to face them with a better mindset. It's like a light in the dark. You may still walk through the tunnel, but now you carry hope with you. So today, start simple. Say thank you more often. Write down what you appreciate. Smile at someone and tell them they matter. These small actions have the power to create big changes, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Start with one thankful thought a day. Watch how your world shifts. Habit 9. Limit screen time. In today's world, screens are everywhere. From the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep, most of us are glued to our phones, computers, or televisions. While technology can be a blessing, helping us learn, connect, and work faster, it can also become a trap, stealing our time, damaging our sleep, and even affecting our mental health. That's why limiting screen time is one of the most powerful habits you can build. Let's be honest. Have you ever picked up your phone just to check one thing and then realized 30 minutes had passed? Maybe you opened a social media app and suddenly you're watching random videos comparing your life to someone else's, or reading comments that make you feel upset or distracted. These small moments may seem harmless, but they add up. Before you know it, hours are gone. Hours that could have been spent building a dream, having a real conversation, or simply resting your mind. One of the best ways to control screen time is by setting boundaries. For example, create no-phone zones like the dining table or bedroom. Choose specific hours to be screen-free, maybe the first hour in the morning or the last hour before bed. Instead of scrolling, you can read, journal, stretch, or just sit in peace. These small changes make a big difference. Turning off notifications is another smart step. Most alerts are not urgent, but they grab your attention and interrupt your thoughts. Try checking your messages or emails only a few times a day. This helps you stay focused and calm instead of jumping from one thing to another all day long. Here's a question to think about. What could you do with an extra hour each day? That's around 30 hours a month. Imagine learning a new skill, talking more with your kids, walking in nature, or just enjoying your favorite hobby again. That hour could change your life. It's not about quitting technology, it's about using it with purpose. The goal is to be in control of your time, not a slave to the screen. When you manage your screen habits, you sleep better, think more clearly, and feel more alive in the real world. Many people who reduce screen time say they feel more connected to life, more grateful, and less anxious. They laugh more, they notice the world again, and they discover how peaceful it feels to just be, without noise, without endless scrolling. Try it. Start with just 15 or 30 minutes less screen time a day. Replace it with something meaningful. Your mind, body, and heart will thank you. Habit 10. Wake up early. Waking up early is one of the most powerful small habits that can completely transform your life. It may seem difficult at first. especially if you're used to staying up late or hitting the snooze button again and again. But once you experience the quiet magic of an early morning, you'll understand why so many successful people do it. Think about it. Early morning is peaceful, quiet, and full of fresh energy. While the world is still asleep, you get a head start. There are no distractions, no noise, no notifications, just you and the opportunity to use that time wisely. Whether it's reading, meditating, exercising, journaling, or planning your day, you get to build your mind and body before the world asks anything from you. Waking up early doesn't mean you must wake up at 4 a.m. It simply means getting up a little earlier than you do now, maybe 30 minutes or an hour earlier. And what you do in that extra time matters. It's your golden time for growth. For example, imagine waking up at 6 a.m. You stretch, drink a glass of water, go for a short walk, and spend 10 minutes in silence thinking about your goals. That calm and focused beginning creates a strong mindset for the rest of your day. Compare that to rushing out of bed at 8 a.m., skipping breakfast, and stressing about being late. Which one sounds better? Many people say, "But I'm not a morning person." The truth is, no one is born that way. It's a habit, and it can be trained. Start small. Try waking up just 10 minutes earlier each day until you reach your target. Go to bed a little earlier. Avoid screens before sleep. And prepare your morning the night before so it's easier to get started. Here's a question. What would you do if you had 1 hour every morning just for yourself? Would you read more books, learn a new language, build a small business, write a journal? The possibilities are endless. Real-life stories show how waking up early helped people reduce stress, improve health, and increase focus. It gives you space to breathe before the world fills your mind with noise. It helps you become more disciplined, more positive, and more in control of your day. In the end, waking up early is not about just getting out of bed. It's about choosing to lead your life instead of chasing it. That small shift from chaos to calm can change everything. So tomorrow, when the alarm rings, don't hit snooze, rise up. You're not just waking up, you're leveling up. Habit 11. Practice daily. Gratitude. Gratitude is a small habit that carries a huge impact. It's simple. It doesn't cost anything. But it has the power to change how you see the world, how you treat others, and how you feel inside. Practicing daily gratitude means taking a moment each day to notice the good things in your life and saying thank you for them, even quietly to yourself. In our busy lives, we often focus on what's missing. We think about what we don't have, what went wrong, or what others have that we don't. This way of thinking brings stress, sadness, and frustration. But when we shift our focus to what we do have, our health, our family, a roof over our head, a kind word from a friend, our heart begins to feel lighter. You don't need a big reason to be grateful. Sometimes it's the small things: a warm cup of tea, a smile from a stranger, clean clothes, a peaceful walk, the sound of birds. These things are easy to overlook, but they are gifts. And when we begin to notice them, we feel more alive, more present, and more joyful. One powerful way to practice gratitude is by keeping a journal. Every day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. It can be anything, big or small. Doing this daily rewires your brain to look for the good in every situation. You start seeing beauty even in tough times. Here's a question to think about. What are 3 things you're thankful for right now? Take a minute. Close your eyes. Feel them. Did you feel your mood shift, even a little? That's the power of gratitude. Some people do a gratitude walk. They walk quietly for 10 minutes and think of all the things they're thankful for. Others say thanks before every meal. Some write thank you notes to people who helped them. Whatever method you choose, it's the feeling that matters. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring your problems. It means not letting those problems block your view of the blessings that are already around you. It gives you strength to face challenges with a hopeful heart. Many people who practice daily gratitude say they sleep better, smile more, worry less, and connect more deeply with others. It's like watering a flower. You keep doing it, and one day you realize your life is blooming. Make gratitude a habit, not just when things go well, but especially when things are hard. That's when it matters most. Gratitude turns what you have into enough, and enough is a beautiful place to live from. Habit 12. Focus on one thing at a time. We live in a world full of distractions, phones buzzing, notifications popping, a million things pulling our attention in different directions, and because of that, many people believe that multitasking is the way to get more done. But the truth is, trying to do everything at once usually means we don't do anything well. That's why focusing on one thing at a time is a small but powerful habit. When you give your full attention to just one task, something magical happens. You do it better, you do it faster, and most importantly, you feel less stressed and more satisfied. It's like pouring all your energy into one beam of light. It becomes sharper, stronger, more focused. Think about it. Have you ever tried to write an email, check your messages, and listen to someone talking all at the same time? How did that feel? Probably frustrating, confusing, and tiring. Now, remember a time when you were fully focused, maybe reading a book, cooking a meal, or working on something you love. Didn't it feel calm and clear? Our brains are not built for constant switching. Every time we jump from one task to another, we lose a bit of mental energy. That's why people often feel exhausted at the end of the day, even if they didn't do that much. It's not about doing more. It's about doing things with attention. One great way to build this habit is by using a simple timer. Choose a task, set a 25-minute timer, some call it the Pomodoro technique, and during that time, do only that one thing. No phone, no email, just that task. Then take a 5-minute break. Repeat. This trains your mind to stay focused. You can also make a short to-do list each day, but instead of trying to do everything at once, pick your most important task and give it your full focus. When that's done, move to the next one. It's not about speed, it's about depth. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I need to do right now? Then do just that. You'll be amazed how much calmer and more productive your days will feel. Even kids can learn this habit. When they sit down to study or play, encourage them to stay with that one thing for a short time. It builds discipline and mental strength from a young age. This habit is especially helpful when life feels overwhelming. Instead of being pulled in 10 directions, you take control. You say, I will give my full self to this one thing. And that small act builds confidence, clarity, and peace. So slow down, focus deeply, live fully. One thing at a time. And that's the magic of small habits. Just little steps, taken every day, that shape who we become. You don't need to change your whole life overnight. Just pick one habit, start small, stay consistent, and watch how your world begins to shift. Because success isn't about doing big things once. It's about doing small things daily, with love, with focus, and with purpose. If today's video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mind-Blowing Motive, your home for simple, powerful motivation that truly works. Stay strong, stay kind, and keep growing.